Yeah, I got some thoughts. I don't know if you guys been seeing the overly there's been like a was it Ghibli is the name of the
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Studio Ghibli. Folks been
hmm
like
Folks been going fucking
reposting
crazy
their
with that shit.
pictures as the Studio
Yeah.
Ghibli style. You know, I'm we I think we I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but I definitely we've talked a lot about AI over the years, and I'm curious. Like, what are you guys' thoughts as artists, as a writer, Josh, and as an animator, visual artist? Like, there's a lot of mixed reviews or thoughts about like AI art. What do you guys think
hmm
about like what's been going on? The advancement is interesting, but yeah,
Uh, I mean, yeah. When I first started seeing any kind of AI art, it was like thumbs down.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh, but decided like if I'm a person who I'm always talking about the future, and you know what
yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
like if I'm a futurist, then I have to be open minded to what that actually looks like in real life.
Mm,
And so right now that looks like, and I mean, it would stick around. I mean, it's only
yeah.
going to advance from here,
It's
but
only advancing. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is like a double edged kind of thing. Like it could be like any technology, it could be a really a thing that could be used for good, or it could be a thing that could be used for
Evil.
manipulation or
Yeah.
evil or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um, the dude, Miyazaki, the Studio Ghibli dude,
hmm I saw him, or at least somebody posted
that was
something he
like
said.
9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
He fucking told you how he felt about that shit. He was like, "Look, this is an insult to life itself." Me and
yeah.
Josh were just talking about this.
Mm.
This is a studio that really believes in
Hand drawn
the
everything.
and
Like they
and
don't.
not just because it looks cool, but because like they believe in art being an extension of a direct extension of the person's whose hand. It's kind of like Dre playing the flute. It's like
hmm
so primitive
Yeah.
to take your hand and draw
hmm
something.
Right. Right. Right.
You can't do that with a computer. You can do hand drawn digital art with
Yeah.
with a style, with a Wacom, or with a fucking smart pen or whatever. But
hmm
it's nothing like taking a pencil or a pen to a sheet of actual paper and directly going, you know, making that
I get it.
expression directly
I
from your
get it.
hand.
I
And
mean,
so
I'm.
that's what
I'm.
that's what he's all about. But
Yeah. I mean, I'm a tangible. I'm very. uh I mean, I like the relics. I like pen and paper. Like I actually like
hmm
writing things. Like I write in a physical journal. Like I literally like to see. There's something about the
hmm
emotion of that. I understand that translation between paper and a pen. Like I get it.
right.
It's hard for me to like write creatively on a computer, like as far as poetry or things like that. It's really difficult for me to do it like that because I just don't feel the same
Right.
tactile. It's tactile, you know what I mean? Like it's
Now
kind of
I'm
like that
I'm really good
tactile.
at writing t- uh on a typewriter. Also, like a
Yeah.
typewriter. How old I am? Like a fucking a keyboard. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I can I can write. I think I can write just as good
Mm,
when I'm typing,
yeah.
but like you said, the emotional tie to what I'm putting down, it just feel different when I'm writing it with my hand.
hmm
And my handwriting is shit because I type.
I
So
mean,
I type way more than I fucking
yeah, I
write.
get that.
But
Well, Josh, you got some thoughts about I like because we talked a little bit about like artists. Do you think that artists will get less work
because of AI.
because of AI art?
It depends because like I'm doing a children's book, and like what if they use like AI instead of me, then that would put me out of work because they could have easily just did it themselves with AI.
And that's why you hate AI.
No, I think you have to limit yourself. I think you have to limit AI. You can't just use it for everything.
Right.
You know, like, of course, like, because I feel it differently with writing, as in with art as well. Like with AI writing, I think you should. It depends. Like for me, someone asked me, "Do I use AI for my stuff?" And I said, "I don't." Because like I like to write completely on my own. Because AI, they'll take things that has happened in other stories and just mimic it.
Try to put it in your thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And like what I'm writing right now, I like to make things happen differently. And I like to think about the characters, how each character is reacting in this situation instead of what other stories have told the same story over and over again. So I think AI is good for like, you know, kind of structuring something, but not just don't rely on it. Kind of
Yeah. That's a good thing. Like an outline or something. Storyboarding.
Definitely structuring, check. I mean, I think it's good to like to recheck your things. You know, that's what I like, almost like a you know, an editor.
Like an assistant.
Yeah, it's like, hey, double check, make sure I got this, spell check. Because I mean, spell check is technically like an AI. You know what I mean? Like you type it out and it shows little lines, just more advances and things like that. I do think that with the advancement of AI art, it kind of reminds me of Data painting. You know, like Android paints. But I think that with the advancement of AI art, the actual tangible art from an artist is going to increase in value.
I love I still all the time am looking for visual artists who like fucking paint or like make something. Like we buy like art that we feel like you know is you know, but using it as a tool, from what it sounds like, is like, you know, that's fine.
And as an artist, as someone that likes to draw, when I have time, if I want, I never see myself hiring someone to draw a comic book for me. That's never something that I would ever.
You're a person that draw. You don't
exactly.
You are that resource for yourself.
I wouldn't do that, and I mean, I do my own graphic design most of the time. So like, I look at AI as a tool. Like, oh, this is going to help me do this thing quicker. You know, not necessarily replacing another artist, but really enhancing what I'm already doing.
Right. Or like you said, doing some quality check stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to check behind that motherfucker.
Speaking of quality checks, what we talk about this time?
Speaking of quality control,
yes. What we talk about Beauty in Black Part 2, Season 1, Part 2.
Yeah.
Let's introduce ourselves real quick.
Yeah.
I am Josh, aka Prop Josh, joined by Jason, aka Smiley.
Hey y'all, this is not the AI version. This is really me.
And Marcus, aka 730.
Greetings.
It is the AI version.
I am not the AI version.
I'm not the AI version.
Extra hands.
Hey, everybody, it's me.
It's me, man. Marcus.
Oh, man.
Yep. Speaking of possibly using AI as a tool.
Oh my god.
Maybe not. You know, maybe not.
You don't think so?
I mean, we're gonna talk about this show. We talk. So listen to our first. Listen to our first episode about Beauty in Black. And like we said, I think then, and like we say all the time, whenever we see the name Tyler Perry written, produced, directed, edited, we will watch it.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Immediately. So I was waiting. I was checking refresh my page. It's like, when is this second part going to drop? And so we were talking about this because it left us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
it
it
kind
did.
of. It just ended.
kind
It was
of.
like,
Yeah, well, you know, there was a
Oh,
car
yeah,
chase,
yeah.
kind of someone got hurt.
oh yeah, there was an
Very last
explosion of a
second,
car. There was like a confrontation of, somebody's sister. Oh man, we gonna just jump right into it? What we doing?
So, booty
Yeah,
and
man.
crack.
Fuck it.
Did you put? Who put that?
Notes.
I thought the AI did that.
Yes,
It's called booty and crack.
Oh man.
AI.
Yep. So for reference, when we talk about AI, we did ask AI to do our outline for today because Josh was too busy working, listening to audio voices and things like that, trying to double check and get to work. So he usually does it. But so AI took Josh's job today. So I'm sorry, Josh.
Oh.
You're fired.
Wow. Well, all right. See y'all later. Have a good day.
Josh quit. So
Add the door closing sound.
oh goodness.
So instead of what Josh got this time, what Josh did this time, or who Josh met this time.
Who Josh did? What?
Who Josh
did this time.
Well, I had this honey over it.
Oh my goodness. What did Josh do this time?
Josh went to Comic-Con. All right, so I
Okay.
went to WonderCon, which is the Comic-Con that's right next to Disneyland. And this is like my second year going, whatever. You know, meet people, whatever, celebrities and stuff. And out of nowhere, I see the guy that plays Horace from Beauty and Black just sitting there at a
Nice.
table.
Nice.
And I started smiling immediately when I saw him. He smiled back. He was like, oh, hey. I said, man, I just saw you.
Mhm.
I just saw you on
Rico
TV. I was
Ross.
kinda- yeah, Rico Ross. And I was kind of geeking out a little bit. And he was like, you must have just saw Beauty and Black. I was like, yep, I did. So I told him about the podcast. He asked questions about the podcast and stuff.
That's what's up. So
Yeah, I asked him, will he
Horace,
ever
if
be
you're
interviewed?
listening. Horace, if you're listening. What's his real name again?
66. Rico Ross.
Rico Ross.
Yeah, Rico Ross.
Rico Ross, if you're listening.
Yeah, he might be. I doubt it. Because I asked him, I said, would you want to be on our podcast? He said, who the fuck are you? And Marcus.
That's great. That's great. That's perfect. On the same day, one of our frequent listeners and friends interviewed, was it Norman?
Yeah, the guy that plays Norman.
What's his name?
What's his real name?
Yeah.
His real name is Norman Osborn. No.
Norman.
I was just
Osborn.
about to say that. I was
Norman.
fighting it so hard. I
His
wanted
real
to
name
say it
is
so bad.
Norman
You said it.
Osborn.
Norman Osborn.
Josh is looking it up, but shout out
No,
to
Richard Lawson.
Shout out to Carlton T. Clay, who interviewed Richard Lawson
Yep.
on Friday. So lucky man. But we'll talk about this series, and it definitely had me on the edge of my seat. Oh man, I like to watch this show, and like I like to watch it and to be able to talk about it while I'm watching. I'd be like in the fuss at the show because like I'm like, pause it, let's talk about it, let's focus. So I love this. I'm glad we're gonna have this time to just talk about it together. So episode 9 is called Blind.
There's a lot to
Rage.
talk about.
Yes, Blind Rage. So it's basically the family is mourning the presumed death of Charles Bellery after the car explosion, and Kimmy and Angel are on a mission to rescue Kimmy's sister Sylvie, and Norman becomes increasingly suspicious about the circumstances surrounding the hit and run incident.
They ought to take that. They ought to take that Kimmy and Angel embark on a mission to rescue Kimmy's sister and just stretch that across the whole rest of these.
That's
episodes.
exactly
Like,
every single episode.
where's my sister?
Where's my sister?
That's the catchphrase of the
That is
show.
the
Yes.
catchphrase.
Yes. Because part 1's catchphrase was, what happened to my wife?
Yep. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's right.
True. What happened to my wife? But he still don't know though. Like he still don't know that she's dead. So he's still kind of like, like what happened. He's still curious about what's going on because he don't know.
So all right,
He
so we got the
suspects.
episode list.
Yep.
Should we just use it as a guide and just skip all around?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because there's a lot that happens and it just bounces around.
Yep. Yeah, we don't gotta like explain every episode. Like watch the show if you want.
Yeah.
Or listen to this
if you're listening to this, you probably watched the show already. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not going to do it like an episode guide type thing. We're just going to bounce around. All right. So since we're talking about Norman and him, he don't know what happened to his wife. Jules got this guy named Debo who witnessed Kimmy running over Body, which is still part of what we were talking about. With that's the last thing that happened in the first one was Kimmy smashed the car into Body.
I was wondering.
That's how the last season ended,
right?
Yes, that's how it ended because we didn't know Body died. Because when we were talking about like, oh wow, she hurt her really badly.
No, I knew she was dead.
I didn't think she was.
I didn't even. I still don't think she did. I did not think
she was dead. Because
rewatching
it, she just kind of fell to the ground. It was like, oh, she kind of made a noise and stuff. So I thought she was still alive.
Yeah, her last noise. That was the sound of her dying.
Oh my goodness.
And I could not feel bad.
I mean,
no,
Body,
I hate it.
Body was so annoyingly evil.
She was annoying.
Like,
she was a bully.
She was an annoying bully.
Yeah.
She kind of got what she deserved because she was all
like
in Kimmy's face.
She kept pushing her.
Yeah, she was pushing
her the whole time.
And so, of course,
she got her
hit her with
sister
a car.
kidnapped.
Yeah, so I don't blame Kimmy, and it's like I don't feel bad for Body. She got what she deserved, so it's like, well,
wasn't that the original "Where's my sister" moment?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't because she saw her sister. She saw her sister. That's what made her do that. Because like Body kept talking noise,
right?
Body was talking mad,
and to the point where Kimmy was ignoring her, and she because Body kept saying, "We got this new chick. We got this new. She's fresh and young. She looked just like Kimmy and all that stuff. She might replace Kimmy." She just kept saying it, and Kimmy kept ignoring her. And then at the hotel, that's where Body revealed that she kidnapped Kimmy's sister. And then Kimmy went insane and ran the car into Body, and who apparently died.
Yeah. So
because like I said, I didn't know she died. So
yeah, that was pretty much all of. So the big reveal of of episode 9 was who was in the car. Now I knew like immediately that it wasn't. Charles.
You called that. Yeah. You called that.
I think we all said that. I said that. I was like, because I listened to our last podcast about it, and we were like, it's clearly not Charles.
Didn't the dude like take his car?
Right. He kind of stole his keys.
I said the last time we see Charles, he's like, where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Mm-hmm. And then that was it. And then suddenly you see his car. Like he found
on
it.
fire.
Right. Boy got shot up and then it exploded and all that stuff. Because we saw that guy messing with him and kind of like he talking about he was going to steal something.
Clearly wanted to steal something.
Wait, so who blew up the car?
The car got shot up.
Norman's
car got shot up.
Yeah, Norman's people.
Because he thought that Charles
got his wife killed.
His wife?
Or kill his wife. Right.
One of them. He thought that it was either Charles or Rory, I think.
He was just on a bloodbath thirst for that for part of the family, for his nephews and his brother.
Nephews and my brother.
Right. So he's on
until I find out.
So Jules basically had to get a scapegoat so Norman can calm the fuck down, basically. And so the guy who witnessed Body's death was this guy named Debo, and who was high off his ass, apparently. Mm-hmm. And Jules was like, let me talk to you. And basically, I mean, I was like screaming at the TV at this point, like, no, nigga, don't talk to this dude.
He just wanted to confess. The scapegoat to falsely confess to doing stuff.
He was like, basically, he like bribed him. He was like, I'll get you high.
Right. Don't you want some money? Don't you want to get high?
Need more drugs.
Yeah. And so fast forward, Norman finds out, or they bring Debo in front of Norman and the rest of the family or something, don't they?
They bring Debo in front of. Yes, it's Norman one-on-one at one point.
They have a whole family reunion moment before they
before
they
Charles
before Charles walks around and says, "Hey y'all, what's going on?"
and so Jules brought in Debo, and Norman was like, "Who's that?" It's like, this is the guy we found
killed.
Who killed your wife, basically. And so,
is it killed the wife or they killed Charles?
No, he didn't say kill Charles, because we know that Norman was trying to kill Charles, and everybody knew that.
Right. Okay. They told,
and Norman didn't deny it. He was like, yeah.
Yeah, Norman's just an asshole. Norman.
Wow.
He is a gangster and a vice lord on this shit.
But when Norman thinks that Debo did it, he lays off of trying to kill Charles. So Charles is safe.
Yeah.
For now. But Norman finds Debo on his own and opens up a suitcase of knives or something, and then that scene is cut.
Oh, and, I don't even remember that.
I do, because Debo's smiling. He's like, well, what are you going to do to me?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I was like, this guy's either a bad actor or he's high.
Yeah, it's too high.
And they don't show they don't show what happens to him. I saw a review saying, like, that means he could still be alive. I said, no, that nigga's dead. There's no reason why they would keep him alive.
Yeah, there's no reason.
He's just a person, because he's a minor character.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not important at all.
I just heard his name a few times. Like, who's Debo?
Right.
Yeah, Debo. But one of the things that we talked about in this episode too, because like we say, "Where's my sister?" That's as Kimmy's on her mission. She's got Angel with her, and you mentioned, I think you were like, Angel is so weak.
Yeah, Angel been getting smacked around this whole season, man.
And so they in the conversations, like, I love the circle conversations that they have. Where's my sister?
Circle? You love the circle?
I don't know.
You love it?
I don't know. But where's my sister? I don't know.
I don't trust you. It's out. Don't nobody trust nobody. Every season is somebody
That's true.
looking out for the person that they're talking to double cross them some kind of way. Like they don't nobody. There's no two people in any scene that trust each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back,
somebody don't trust somebody.
Can you blame them?
Nobody's worthy to be trusted.
If you knew these people in real
family.
life, would you trust any of these people?
Absolutely not.
No. And that's the thing. It's like, who is the hero of this show? That's that we're trying to. We talked about. I think you mentioned that on your one. Didn't you post about? It's like, who am I supposed to be rooting for?
Right. And I said that about part one as well. I said that there's no likable characters in this show. Who am I supposed to root for? Mm-hmm. So the show tells you it's Kimmy. Kimmy is the protagonist. And so this is how I think the show wants you to think. Yeah. Kimmy, you're supposed to be on Kimmy's side. You're rooting for her, Angel, and Rain. And Horace is a good person because he's trying to help Kimmy.
Yes.
That's what the show is telling you.
Wants you to think.
So?
Right.
Wants you to
think,
think,
right. Because we're following Kimmy. I agree fully with Josh.
Okay.
Because in actuality, Horace is a murderer.
Absolutely.
That man mowed down a room full of people with a whole
self-defense,
automatic.
Yeah, that was self-defense, and they were breaking in his house.
Would have killed them motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
If it came to it, Horace is apparently the most dangerous motherfucker on here.
He is, and he's pretty intimidating.
I think so, because he's the one with all the fucking money. He could get anything done he want, and the only reason he's calmed down is because he's dying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. But apparently, he was the nigga running everything. So he's more despicable. He got to be capable of being more despicable.
Well, I say Horace is the way he is. Horace is not a good person because of his children.
Because of his children?
Yes, he raised those motherfuckers.
Oh, you mean like his kids being like that is evidence
is
that
a reflection.
Not a good person.
Yes,
a reflection.
Right.
Yes. I see what you're saying.
Both of them, both of his sons are dope heads. Both of them. Yep. Both of them are idiots.
Think about his. So Horace gotta be an asshole. He gotta be.
and he never showed. They both basically showed that he never showed them love, because that whole scene where he talks to Roy, where Roy's in a hospital room and he just calls him a piece of shit and he's just started hitting him with his cane and stuff. It's like that kind of shows you their relationship.
You know what though? There's proof that the protagonist of this show is a cold-blooded murderer.
What do you
mean? Because didn't she go when she was looking for her sister? She went and shot the chick upside the head with a shotgun.
Yes, she did.
She straight Punisher. You text me, Josh was like, "So she the Punisher now?"
Mm-hmm. Right? She just suddenly.
Suddenly yes. A hardcore.
Yes, we got to talk about this. All right, so
Ice-T,
of course we're skipping, we're jumping everywhere around. But this is the first episode. Mm-hmm. So in that first episode, Kimmy is stupid. But she's also got randomly superpowers.
Yeah, she's
hard-headed. She's hard-headed
and stupid because, all right, I understand hitting body. That was out of rage. I get it. Yeah. I understand. I completely understand her hitting body.
This is Josh's lawyer. We don't condone hit and runs.
I said I understand. Continue. I didn't say I would do it. I said I understood. I also understand she went to go to jail for that. Anyway, but the other lady, was it her name Belinda or somebody? I forgot what the character's name. Delinda?
Yeah. Delinda.
When she goes to her house, this was stupid. She was like, "Where's my sister?" It's like, "Well, I ain't telling you. And then she shoots her in the head with a shotgun.
That'll help you find out where your sister is.
Right, exactly. That was stupid. And the other stupid thing was, because spoiler alert,
showed it too.
Spoiler alert to episode like 5 or whatever, 4 episodes later, her sister's at the fucking club.
Where else would she be?
And they got me. I'm the audience. Shocked? I was shocked. I'm the audience that Tyler Perry was aiming for.
You didn't
know. When her sister showed up at the club, I said, "What?"
Hilarious.
I was literally like, "What? She's at the club? Oh!" Why did I think to look there? That's literally the first place you should have looked.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So she didn't need to kill Delinda at all.
Right.
She was just doing it just to be a bitch, just to be a killer.
Right.
Yep. Just because she was on a rampage.
Right. Like, if she wanted to be Punisher or John Wick, she should that way is torturing. You torture. That's what they do. I'm not suggesting what you should do, but that's
this is Josh's attorney. Let me have can I have that tape? We're not recording the tape, sir. We're not recording the tape. Oh my God.
Oh man, Josh, I'm glad you got all these lawyers.
Josh, lawyer to speak.
Oh man.
But yeah, Kimmy is stupid, so she's just going around killing people to find her sister, where she could have just stopped and think.
Right.
Yep. So and she never stopped.
No,
or thought. she was on a blind fury rampage.
Like all
Tasmanian devil.
All the places she went, she did never go to the club. She just was going to random spots to find her sister. And she kept asking.
And she killed somebody or potentially killed somebody at
each stop. Yeah.
And then at every stop, before they made the stop, Angel at least tried to tell her, "I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should be doing it." He told her several times.
Yep.
And she was like, "No." Even her homegirl, what's her name, Rain? She kept telling her not to do things throughout the show.
Right.
Like, we're going to bounce around, Rain, but, you know.
Speaking of Rain, because they tried to excuse this, because Rain was like, "Oh, no, Kimmy, calm down." And she was talking on the phone with Angel, and she was like, "You don't know how Kimmy will get. It'll take a while, But if she gets really pissed off, there's no stopping her. I'm like, no,
like
you can't excuse that away.
The Hulk, and that's the reason she got a complete personality switch.
Because if you remember the first season, she's like first half of the first season, she's very,
like timid.
She kind of timid. She getting smacked around by a body.
Mm-hmm.
Of all people, and now you shooting folks in the day. You shooting a chick twice as big as body in the face with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why didn't you do that in part 1?
Well, they didn't take her sister. They didn't take her sister.
That's all it took.
That's what explains it in that one line. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
But
when she gets there, you better,
Kimmy's
better
killed
watch
before,
out.
apparently.
I guess so.
In front of, they should show that flashback. Her and Rain are hanging out, and Kimmy loses and stabs a guy in the middle of the alley.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Kimmy,
before.
what'd you do? I'm sorry.
It took
Rain.
a while.
It takes a while.
There's no character development that leads me to believe that she's suddenly this badass.
Yeah, because it's not only she's rageful, she's a superhero. She's got superpowers. She's got ability to fight very well.
She's got thrown around and getting up like it ain't shit.
You know, she like
she is
invincible.
a skilled marksman.
So it's like all these things. So she got to upgrade, leveled up.
Faces Roy, but she can't face Jules though. But so she faces Roy because, like, well, first of all, she's being stupid. Obviously, she's being stupid because she even says, "Let's go back to the hotel." And Angel's like, "What? No, that's literally the first place they're gonna look." And of course, she's gonna go to the hotel.
This was hilarious.
He told her
this
several
scene
times,
was
"Don't
hilarious."
go. And she went.
And the hotel, if you haven't watched this, is like one of them small rinky-dink Motel 6 spaces. They ain't got no space. There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to space.
It's just outside and then a door to your room.
And that's it. So she goes there. Why do they go there again?
She needs to rest or something, but she goes there.
Stupid reason. Whatever the reason is.
It's stupid.
Jules goes up immediately.
Say what?
So Jules shows up, right?
Yeah, because he's looking for her. Of course he's looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to deal with her immediately. So that's the first. Of course, he's going to have people there, and that's what happens. They have people there, but because now I gotta admit, I did like the scene when Jules walks in while Angel is there and Kimmy is hiding. That was an intense scene. I was like, okay, this might be the best scene in part 2 because I was at the edge of my seat for that part.
It was hilarious that she hid in the like the dresser
closet. Yeah,
like it wasn't. It was like the
I must
wardrobe.
Have missed this part. I must have wasn't looking.
So Jules walked in the hotel
because Kimmy came into the hotel room, and then like Jules showed up, and he was banging on the door, and Angel's like, "You gotta hide." He was like, "Try going under the bed," and then they just click off of her, and then Jules opens the door, and you don't see Kimmy, and Jules is like, "What's going on, Angel?" and all that stuff. He's like intimidating him, and he was like, "Where's Kimmy? You seen Kimmy?" And he's all like, "I don't know. Who's Kimmy?"
Basically.
And he's like, "Where is she?" So then he's like, "Well, I guess it don't matter," because he shoots at the bed. He's like, "I guess it don't matter if she's under the bed or not." And then when Jules leaves,
he shoots at a couple spots.
Yeah, he does.
Except for the
closet, little wardrobe thing, and that's where Kimmy's little small ass is hiding. It's a good thing she's small.
The only two places to hide in the whole space is that wardrobe and underneath the bed, and he didn't even look in the wardrobe. The room is not that big.
I guess he thought that Kimmy wasn't there then.
Yeah.
Or just being intimidated.
Nobody can fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because I'm skipping over the Roy part, because I think this already happened. I think the whole Roy thing happened already. But Kimmy tries to get out of the hotel room, and then that police officer catches her immediately, runs and grabs her, and then forces her and puts her in the car or whatever. And then that's when Kimmy talks to Jules over the phone.
She has superpowers on this one too.
Right. And so that's when she unbuckles her seatbelt or something, she puts her seatbelt on. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then she maces him, and he drives the car and is almost off the ledge. Yep. I'm like, no, we're not describing a superhero movie. This is a Tyler Perry drama.
Yep. So she flips the car flips over a bunch of times in an accident, and he's out cold. But she figures out a way to get out of the car and do everything
in handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot she was
I think
handcuffed.
I did see that.
Yep.
I think I did.
She figured out how to get out.
I think I just wrote it out of my mind.
And she that's when she like stole somebody else's car.
Yeah, this lady was trying to help.
Yep. So she stole somebody else's car to continue on her mission to find her sister.
Right, because she's the Punisher.
Where's my sister?
Wick. Where's my sister? Where's my sister?
Yeah.
Where's my sister?
I don't know. Yeah, that's that before or after, but let's talk about the Roy scene because that's also why we're talking about it. We might as well talk about this because we're talking about her superpowers. So
yes, so she can take on a 300-pound, 6'3" man.
Yeah,
she's Ozymandias from Watchmen.
Because I think she calls Rain and Rain's like, "Don't go meet him."
Oh like, yeah, because Roy texts her or calls her or something like that. It's like, get your ass over here.
Yeah, like I guess he just wants to continue to do his mission with her. But even though
because he was getting coked up and stuff, and it's like he's trying to.
So her thought was maybe she can interrogate him to find out where her sister is. Right? Is that why she wanted to go talk?
Yeah, that's exactly what she was trying to do.
But which doesn't make no sense why he would know.
She's stupid,
or how she feel like she can interrogate him.
Yeah.
Right. She's stupid because the person that did know where her sister was, she shot in the face.
Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So she goes over and meets up with Roy, and she's not dressed sexy at all. She's in her regular clothes. And he said, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Yeah,
and stuff. And she's like,
that
"Where's my sister?"
Mm-hmm.
Just just like Buzz Lightyear, just press that button. Where's my sister?
Oh man,
to infinity and beyond. Where's my sister? And he's like, "Who? I don't even know you had a fucking sister." So they tussle, and well, you have to watch the scene itself, but she somehow
turns into a different person.
She somehow kicks Roy out the window, and they're like not on the first.
I rewinded
it
multiple times.
Story, yeah.
It's definitely a different
you
person.
say you rewound.
Yes, it's definitely a different person.
It's a stunt double for
yes,
which one?
Of course,
for Kimmy. Oh, for Kimmy, she suddenly turned to She-Hulk.
Wait, can you find it?
Oh man, I don't know if I can. I don't think it'll play. You gotta show it, but that's hilarious.
So she turns to She-Hulk and gets bigger and kicks Roy out the window. Well, we thought Roy is dead at that point.
Right, he falls out the window. We don't see how far he falls. We just like, man, they on a high story.
I was mad at how cheap that glass was, though.
That he just was able
he
to
shouldn't have
out.
been able to just get pushed out the window. Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be some heavy duty ass glass.
So many things
for that
wrong.
Much money.
But Kimmy has superpowers. That's what it was. That she can kick this guy or push him. But yeah, in real life, it wouldn't have went down like that.
No. She
would have ran up to him and he would just twist her neck and she would fell down. Scene over. He'd be like, "Jules, I need you to come clean this up." That'd been it for Kimmy.
Yeah. Yep. That was it.
So
spoiler alert, he wasn't dead.
No. Because he apparently got superpowers.
Apparently.
He was sitting up in the hospital talking like he didn't just get pushed out of a whole building.
He fell out of a whole building. He landed on the balcony.
Yeah.
But it was at least
he fell down at least 2 stories. Yeah,
he
fell down
at
2 stories. Yeah,
it was at least
he fell down at least 2 stories.
Yeah,
on his back on concrete.
Yes, and he was unconscious,
like flat down.
He got up when he woke up in the hospital to have enough strength to wrestle his dad.
Yeah,
and talk like have a regular conversation. Like you supposed to have a whole concussion right now.
Not a bandage in sight on him.
Not even a cane or
not
anything.
Not a cast.
Yeah, because the next
crutch.
scene when he gets out of the hospital, it's like nothing happened. So maybe he
also has superpowers.
Yeah, he has superpowers too.
That's what we're gonna conclude. We're concluding that this is a sci-fi
Yeah, this is sci-fi
Tyler
thriller.
Perry's first sci-fi thriller.
We're gonna find out in season 2 that everybody actually has superpowers. That's what it was.
That's what makes sense. It makes sense. They all have superpowers because ain't no way in the world. Because the cop also who got flipped over in that car accident and I was unconscious was now super powerful.
Right. He walked around like nothing happened. He's like, I gotta find her. You know what she did to my car? Like, how about you, nigga?
Like,
right.
He didn't go to the hospital.
Be burning, and you should be limping.
Nah, he ain't even got a scratch on him. Like, he ain't been in nothing. You know,
all these people got
man.
superpowers.
Wait, you talk about Calvin?
No, the cop.
Not Calvin.
The cop that was working for Jules.
Oh, okay.
That was driving her to see Jules, and then she sprayed him.
So he ain't had nothing for his eyes or nothing. Like, he's straight.
Yeah,
he cool.
Yeah. I'm like, I like how TV likes to make Mace look like it's like some spray, like it's like some ocean spray or something.
Ocean spray. Like it's not that. That's not that.
Like
intense.
it's not like it's like
it's not categorized as a weapon.
Right. I've been in the same room as when Mace has went off. I'm not maced myself, but my eyes were hurt if someone in the same room got maced.
Yeah. Yep.
So imagine being maced completely in your eyes. You should not be able to see for a week.
Yeah.
Not the next 15 minutes. You just walk around like, I gotta find that bitch. Like, what?
Yeah.
You need to, your arm should be hanging off your socket right now.
Right. Oh man, I think we got probably most of half of the episodes with Jules and Kimmy's story, but there's still the whole because we didn't talk about what's the wife's name, the
Mallory?
ex-wife.
No. Ex-wife Olivia.
We didn't talk about Olivia.
Before we talk about Olivia,
okay,
because Olivia that's another character change randomly.
Oh man, we must be saving her because she's
that's a character. That's a huge.
She had probably the most dramatic character change.
Oh man,
it came out of nowhere.
Oh man,
because I purposely listened to the last podcast just to see what we said about Olivia.
What did we say about Olivia?
I think we said that she wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But before we talk about it, I wanted to talk about that scene with Kimmy and Horace when they were at the hospital. She was talking to him, and then she said, and he was like, and he said he wanted to help her because Horace was looking for Kimmy the whole time, but she doesn't trust him. So she's avoiding him. But
I'm trying to figure out why she don't trust him.
Because she thinks that he's over everything. She
talked to him and he would let her like.
Because Kimmy is stupid. That's how you solve everything. And she's mistrusting of everybody. So that's what it was. Because Horace does have a reason to not trust him.
Absolutely.
Because he does kind of torture Rain a little bit.
Absolutely, he does. Kind of.
Well, yeah,
kind
he tortures
of a little bit.
He uses
he tortures
his cane.
her, and then he apologizes because he's all sitting down like normal, and she's like,
"That's so weird to me." But he tortures her, and then the next scene, they're all talking like that didn't happen.
I know.
Like she is healing from a BBL misfire, and so she had surgery on her backside, and it's painful. And she's recovering. She's been recovering for the last 2 seasons, and he uses the cane.
The last 2 seasons.
He uses the cane.
She's been laying on her stomach since
episode 1.
Episode. Right. She's been laying on her stomach the whole fucking show. Yeah. She's had one costume the whole show.
Yep.
In the bed. And so he uses his cane and just why I don't even know why. Like why is
he's trying to find Kimmy.
He was trying to find Kimmy.
And so
she's like, I'm not telling you nothing. That's when she became a Detroit 2B character. I ain't telling you nothing.
She did. And they did mention that she ain't gonna snitch or nothing like that. She's
right. Which she didn't trust him because why? Because he helped her out.
She didn't know. She didn't know who he was.
Oh, yeah, she was just gaining conscious.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, still no random person.
Yeah, because when he walks inside the room, she's like, "Who are you?" And then Kimmy's on the phone, and she's like, "That's Horace. That's the guy that put you in that hospital. Moved you to that hospital room."
So at that point, she knows.
She still was playing dumb to spare Kimmy.
But this is the person that helped you. This is Horace. She's on the phone with Kimmy. Horace walks in. Hey. And then Rain is like, "Who are you?" And he's like, and Kimmy's like, "Oh, that's Horace. That's the person that helped you, put you in the hospital, in this hospital, to make sure you're safe." But she didn't say it like that.
Don't trust him.
Right. That's what it was. So she kept him on the phone, and so I get why Kimmy would not trust Horace after that, because she hears Horace torturing Rain. Like she's just screaming like, ah, because he uses his cane to
poke her in the ass.
Poke her in the ass. In the painful part.
So I like the scene where she finally meets up with Horace, and she confesses to what she's done. She's like, I killed Body. He's like, who? I ran over Body. I also shot what's the name in the head. Like, what? And also I also killed your son. He was like, which one? She was like, Roy. I kicked Roy through the window. He's like, and then he's like, no, I would have heard about that. And then someone comes in the room. Excuse me, sir.
Your son
Roy is in the hospital.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like bad timing. Like right when it confesses to him, and then they mention that he's there. But I didn't understand why why Horace was so upset at Roy when that happened or whatever. Maybe he was upset that Kimmy had to kick him through a window.
He just hates Roy.
He does.
And he knew that Roy would have, the only reason Kimmy would have had to do that is if Roy would have provoked her to do it, and he know his son.
Oh, now with Roy, I learned something about Roy this second part of season 1.
What you learn?
I learned that he is a giant bitch. Let me explain. A giant bitch. Okay. Yes. Because I realize that he's only abusive towards women. With men, he's a barking dog with men. He's like, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. He don't do shit. But with women, he gets extra abusive.
Yeah, I ain't seen him do nothing to a man on this show.
Me either. He tried to threaten that lawyer guy because he thinks that lawyer guy is sleeping with Mallory, and he's not because he's gay. But he's like,
that's true.
But he's thinking that the whole time, which that was stupid because the lawyer guys run around telling people like, why is Roy accusing me? Roy is accusing me of sleeping with Mallory. Are you sleeping with Mallory? No. Then why is Roy accusing you? I don't know. Well, he's accusing me. Well, why is he accusing you? I don't know. Well, he's accusing you. I don't know. I'm just repeating. I'm reading
the circle.
I'm reading the transcript.
That's literally how it goes.
Read the transcripts.
That's literally how that show writes.
But Roy doesn't do anything to that guy at all. He doesn't do anything to the driver either. It's like he doesn't do anything to any guy. It's like it's the women that he's big and bad to. That's why I was like, well, he's just a big bitch. And when he tells Jules to go get Kimmy, he's like, find Kimmy so I can kick her through a window myself. I bust out laughing. I said, yo, ass gonna get thrown out the window again, bitch.
Oh man.
Especially he fell out of a window like y'all said. I don't care what kind of healing powers he got. He gonna get thrown back out the window.
Yep. Wow. He said he don't care what kind of healing powers he got.
He was in the hospital bed when he said this. I was like, you are not threatening to anybody right now. You're laying in the hospital bed.
Yeah, that's true.
Barely can move. Tell also bring her to me. What would you do if he actually brought Kimmy to that hospital room?
Right.
He'd be like, come here, stay right there.
Man.
Now we can talk about Olivia.
Okay, Olivia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's get on Olivia.
So she's got this young fling, and he looks so scared.
He's a little puppy dog.
In the first scene.
Frank?
Maybe that's his name, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his name is, but he's all like, kind of intimidated every time she says something because they're in bed.
No, it's not Frank.
Well, actually, the first scene we see is a sex scene, and we're like, wait a minute. So, I was not prepared for this.
I must have looked away. I didn't see.
Yeah, I must didn't see that.
That was at the they there were noises and things. You missed that part. You blocked it out your memory. Oh goodness. But yeah, they are. And she smokes a cigarette afterwards. You don't remember this?
I do remember the cigarette smoking because Andy asked me. She's like, "Dad, why do people smoke cigarettes after sex?"
Oh man.
To be fair, she was good though. Cause I remember her like on like East Bayou and shit like that.
Her
like,
on All My Children.
Yeah, she fine.
All My Children. Wow.
Yeah, way back.
Well, I wasn't ready, and so the guy was ready though. And he was able to do whatever she asked. And so I forget at some point.
Whatever she asked.
Yeah. She asked him to do some things, and he did them.
He did all of them.
All the things. But there was a point.
He was scared of her though. There was a mother-child kind of thing.
Yeah,
going.
he was a fear, and there was a. I only remember the part where she was going to prepare to murder him, but I don't know why.
So what happened was, she's the reason why those gunmen, were trying to get Horace.
That's right. Yeah, because she was trying to get rid of Horace in a natural way,
right?
So she can take the money.
Right.
It's all about the inheritance.
Yes. Big giant inheritance.
However much that is.
Well, they said his net worth was $375 million. And I was laughing because I was joking with Andy because I was like, Tyler Perry got more money than that. So he was probably typing like, I'm going to give him some chump change. They think that's a lot of money. I have that in my back pocket.
Yep. Yeah, he's a billionaire, so $375 million is not.
It's nothing for Tyler Perry. Yeah. Come on.
Yep. So yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, so you're saying that she was the reason why that happened. The guy, her love slave, was part of the crew that helped do it.
Yeah, he helped do that, but it didn't. And of course, those guys got killed.
Like, why is he still alive if you were supposed to do your job? Well, I tried and I did that. Well, you failed. So
get in the bag.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show Miss fucking you.
That's a direct quote.
Yeah, a direct quote. And he was like, but please, we can still make it work. She's like, get in the bag. Get in the bag. Don't make me beg. Get in the bag.
So he had to get in this bag, this big ass plastic
body bag.
Big ass, like not like a body bag, but I mean, I guess a dual purpose bag, Bisqueen sort of bag.
So it won't be no blood on the floor or no guts on the floor. So keep it clean.
Listen, you're gonna have to fight me.
Right. Exactly. I don't give a shit. I'm fighting. No, I ain't begging for shit.
If you kill me, you gonna have to clean that shit up, motherfucker.
Yes.
You gonna remember I was here.
I'm gonna be pissing and shitting all over the floor. I'll be holding it like you gonna clean up me.
You gonna remember I was here. You gotta
I'm trying to get. I'm holding in shit and piss. I ain't saying I'm gonna be holding it in. It's like as soon as I die, all this is gonna let out on your floor.
Wow. Man,
deal with that. I'm not getting no motherfucking bag.
And I'm taking someone with me. I'm killing one of them guys.
Right.
Yeah, it's going out fighting for real. Like so, he just willingly got in the bag and got shot.
Right.
Like a bitch. He was a whole bitch the whole time.
The whole time.
He might as well climbed in the bed.
Stop it.
No, say it. What happened?
He might as well just went up to her titty like and went to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he probably have done that before, so.
Wow.
See, if it was the boys, they would have actually had them do that.
They would show that.
And she would actually have milk.
This is too much. Stop it.
We talk about the boys, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! Get in the fucking bag. Yeah, that shit cracked me up though.
And Olivia's straight gangster now.
Yeah,
just a straight up queen pin, just running the streets.
Because ain't she a pastor of a church
or something? I think she just goes to church or something.
Because that's the first scene. The first scene we see is her in church.
Right, right. That's she
Yeah, I
was
think
all
she
fool.
just the church going. Yeah,
She's trying to
church
fool
going
people.
gangster.
Church going gangster. That sounds
So
like
I
a
like
Tubi
how
movie.
Norman was the one talking about Olivia. Like, Olivia's dangerous. You want to mess with Olivia.
This is
Where in
after
part
that
one, in part one, Olivia was talking about Norman. Now, you want to mess with Norman. Norman is crazy. You don't trust me. Norman will kill you.
But
Norman
everybody
you
says that about everybody on this show.
Right.
Yes.
They say that about Horace. They say that about Jules. They say that about fucking what's her name, Kimmy. Like
They
that's
say that about Roy. No,
yeah.
they
They
don't say that about Roy. Roy's
they
nobody
recycle a lot of the same kind. That's that circular dialogue.
That's true. That's true.
It's all circular dialogue.
But I do love the scene with Olivia at the very last episode when that lawyer chick tried to sue her, and she's like, "You've been served," and then Olivia slaps her a lot, and then lawyer chick slaps Olivia back, and she's like, "I got you, bitch. I got you now, bitch."
Oh, because she had him on. She had him on a video camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a boss move.
That was a boss move. I was like, okay, Olivia's evil, but I like that. That was pretty.
She
cool.
got the lawyer slapping her, so it's like, yeah, it's videotaped. So
because I usually didn't mind the lawyer. I didn't mind the lawyer at all because I was like, she's the only one with her head on straight in the show. But when it was her versus Olivia, I was more on Olivia's side in that scene because she was annoying. The lawyer was annoying, right?
Because the lawyer was annoying.
Yeah, she was just annoying. Like, you've been served. Like, you already served these people. Why you have to go and get every single member of the family? You already did this to Mallory last season.
Yep.
And where were they when she slapped her?
In the hospital.
At the hospital.
Because I think Horace was. Let's talk about.
So basically, because she owns the hospital,
she got the tape or something.
She got access to the tape. Primary access to who got access to the tape and all that shit.
Right.
Because she could edit that tape, edit herself out, whatever.
Yep, that's what happened. So it looks like the lawyer is just slapping an old woman. That's how it would look.
I want to talk about the climax of this season, and it's not the last episode. It's the episode when she finally finds her sister.
Oh,
because it's like where the
club
scene.
Okay,
yeah. So let's talk about that scene.
The expensive.
The only episode we don't hear. Where's my sister?
Because she finds
her. Right.
But that was a good episode.
That's what I'm saying. That was actually it was an interesting episode. It kept you on the edge because, like, I think there was they realized the sister was at the strip club, doped up and drugged up.
Yep.
Angel figured out a way to get there.
Her.
Yeah, he sees her.
And he's protecting her
the
best way he can.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hid her somewhere else.
Yeah, he hides her in the closet, and he is trying not to let people know where she is because they are on his ass about it. Because they're like, "Where's her sister? Where's her sister?"
He's trying to dance and do his thing, but then trying to keep her out of things. So he lets Kimmy know that there is, like, your sister's here, which, duh. And so
somehow Kimmy is met up with Horace.
So Horace is gonna they make a plan to grab, you go back and ask for the sister, which is like, how are you going to ask? Just ask for a young girl and you'll get her guaranteed.
And keep in mind, she's 16 years old, by the way.
The sister.
That's something to keep in mind.
16 years old. Yeah.
So
this is illegal.
I mean, it's all illegal. They've been.
I know the whole thing is illegal.
Sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking. My bad. Sex trafficking is okay.
Yeah. But, my goodness.
With a 16-year-old, how dare you?
Yeah. But so they've been sex trafficking. So they go to he goes to the back of the strip club where they do all the crazy stuff, and he's like, yeah, I want a young one this time, and so they're like, so they go and they find her. And they bring her out, which is interesting.
So she's been drugged up herself.
Yeah, she's doped up.
What's the little sister's name?
Sylvie or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, Sylvie. So, but then I'm trying to remember because there was a lot of things going on. So you have Horace in the truck. Kimmy's like in a car. Is it the car she stole? No, it's a different car. It's the same car she stole.
I think it is.
She's in a car.
Yeah.
And then because that's when she finally she confronts Jules. She drives.
No, she confronts Jules after the stuff happens.
Yeah, all the stuff happens. Yeah, that's right.
Because it's all set up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember
Angel is getting like, I think, because Angel is there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's on stage, or no, he's trying to.
He's on stage. He's trying to get off stage, and then he gets into it with
one of the
bosses.
Yeah, one of the police officers. Who starts fighting
and
him.
He starts beating the shit out of him for some reason.
Well, because he's trying to find Kimmy's sister as well. They all are trying to find Kimmy's sister because he's hiding her, but they don't know where she is. And then when Angel goes to the closet, he can't find Kimmy's sister. I guess somebody finds her before he does. Mm-hmm. So they take her to Horace, who wants a young girl or whatever. So they bring her, and she's like freaking out, and the stripper is like, "Oh, she's just putting on an act, sir. She's just putting on an act. You'll have fun with her."
Yeah.
And Sylvie is just like freaking out, like, "No, please don't touch me." And Horace is like, "Hey, look, I'm actually a friend of your sister's. I'm a friend of your sister. I'm trying to help you." Then she calms down as soon as she hears Kimmy's voice on the phone.
Yeah,
like, Kimmy. And so then this is a boss move that Kimmy does, because she tells Horace, "Okay, I need you to drive, start the car." He's like, "They ain't gonna let me leave." She's like, "Trust Horace, just do what I say." Mm-hmm. She's telling Horace what to do. That's what cracked me. Right. It's the only scene where she's telling this rich, powerful man what to do. Mm-hmm. And so he starts up the car, and then Kimmy rams through the gate.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like a crazy person.
Yeah, like causing a whole commotion, and then Horace was able to drive off with Sylvie.
Right.
But since Kimmy did that,
I was so confused by that scene, though.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Because somebody hits a car, and then she gets fishtailed,
turned around, and
I'm like, what?
And then she ends up getting, she hits somebody else, and then she ends up being stuck, and then that's when she gets.
And then Iron Man came out, and
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was a little confused
Sinister
too.
Six captured her and put her back in the strip club, and they had that chick who was also incredibly superpowered, beating her up.
Oh right, the other
stripper. She was like,
all these strippers can fight.
These strippers is strong than a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. These are some hired assassins. Strippers.
Yeah, they are. They pretty. That's one of their requirements. So the part of it is they basically, not only is the sex trafficking ring, what happens is they capture them, and then they feed them with some kind of
other strippers.
I was gonna say Compound V.
Oh, see, I thought it was the Black Widow program.
Okay,
there's Special Forces Black Widow program. That's sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Or maybe it's both. It's a Black Widow program training and Compound V.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep, that's what it is. We've concluded it. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. You're welcome, Tyler Perry.
Explained everything for you, Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm. This really is a science fiction drama.
I mean, it's the only way to explain it. All the powers, all the fighting, you know what I mean? Like, it's really intense. But
so
Horace has to come back. But he has to come back.
Well, this is what happened. While he's away driving off with Sylvie, Jules drags Kimmy out. This is the first time Jules and Kimmy are face to face
together after all the season.
Yeah, and for part 2, and of course he beats her and threatens her and stuff like that. And then he sees, they get Angel as well, so they've beaten.
They were never in part 1 together.
Yeah, they were. No, this is the first time.
This is the first time in part 2 that they are in the same room. Because he's pissed because Jules is like, "Oh, I'm going to."
Because when Jules loses his cool, because it takes.
But he also didn't want to eat. Oh my goodness! But when he does, he didn't want to hit her face too. So he had the superpowered stripper to beat her up. It was like, not the face, not the face.
Yeah, because I thought Jules was going to kill her, but he's like, no, he was like, I'm still going to use you. I'm still going to make money off of you. Because I really thought Jules was going to kill her. I was like, to the point I really did think that we might see the main character die.
Oh, you thought it was gonna happen? I didn't think she was
I
gonna die.
seriously thought like, well, I guess she's gonna die.
I didn't think she was.
I wouldn't put it past Tyler Perry.
How would you have felt if that happened?
If she died,
honest,
in
if
episode
she died,
13,
I'd be like, well, that was
what's
that.
the rest of the 3 more episodes left? Like, what you gonna do?
I'm like, I guess the story's gonna follow her sister now, or something.
Oh my goodness!
I seriously, I wasn't gonna cry over it. I wasn't gonna care.
Right. I thought the rest of the story would have just followed Horace or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or Angel or something, because Angel seemed to be in hot water a lot.
He stay in hot water. He stays stressed out about something. He been stressed out since before the events of the show. He already talking about how he was in hot water with his girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah,
That's how his car burned up and exploded. Baby mama drama. So yeah, forgot he had a kid.
Yeah, Angel
he
Jr.
forgot he had a kid.
And so Rain is the one that calls Horace, because I think she overhears Kimmy getting beat or something like that. Something happens, and Horace is like, "Okay, I'm gonna take care of it." And he turns around. I don't know what Horace was gonna do. All he had to do was show up.
Oh yeah. He was a boss.
He was the boss. That was a boss move. He just walked
wait. What happened?
So Horace came back to the strip club
while Jules is beating the shit out of Angel and Kimmy.
He walks in and says, "Stop."
And they stop.
Don't do it. Don't beat up him. I need him. I need
both
her.
of them are coming with me. He was like, Kimmy, Angel, get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Jules didn't do nothing. He just stood there looking stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's how you get his ass. And
But
he
then
was trying to explain away stuff.
Yeah. So that's when he was kind of walking away and he got sick. He was getting his last cough.
Oh, yeah.
So he had to take him to the hospital.
His last cough.
Yeah, he was coughing, it meant.
I thought he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we was sitting there. He was all sitting there. I said, oh,
yeah,
shit,
I thought he was dead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they showed him they peed on himself or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. He got up and he saw
on the way
peed
out.
Himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which means his body was kind of
Angel
shutting
drive
down.
him to the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, his body was shutting down, basically. So, because Kimmy had left.
So Angel has him in the car, in the truck, and he's taking him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Kimmy has her sister in the car.
In the car that she stole from that lady.
Yes, they're finally together again.
Yes, because Sylvie, their sister, is looking back. She's like, "Oh, that old man, why is he looking at me?"
I was laughing so hard at this part.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
But she's obviously high. She's obviously high.
This guy?
She's obviously high because Kimmy's like, "You're just high. You're just high. You're just on drugs."
I mean, I would thought the same thing if I was Kimmy, but it was like, seriously, this old man.
But I was yelling at the screen, like, "Look in the fucking back."
Right.
She does eventually.
Eventually.
Kimmy does.
It took her a long time to finally look.
And there was an old man laying on the floor, not even on the back seat.
Oh,
I thought he was on the back seat.
I thought he was in the back seat.
Oh, he looked like he was on the floor.
No. That would have been so funny. All scrunched up in the nasty part of it. All behind the driver's seat.
Oh, goodness.
Why is this old man looking at me? So she sees him.
Yeah, he was just...
What does she do?
Just looking.
She parks her car at the hospital and leaves it there, not to say a word about that old man. We never talk about it.
Well, she stole a car. I know, this is weird. It's weird.
Yeah. She just pretends like
it's Tyler Perry crazy weirdness.
But there is some tension between the sister because she's like, "Why you leave me at the other, at the house?" And she goes into the part. She's like, talk about her stepdad and stuff like that. And so
so we did skip over a scene about when Kimmy went and visit her mom and found out that her mom sold her sister. That's what it was.
Right.
So they didn't just randomly kidnap her. She sold her. And then when the stepdad came in and started hitting Kimmy, but then Angel came in with a shotgun, and I liked what Kimmy was like, "Angel, shoot him!" I was like, "Damn, Kimmy, calm the fuck down."
I know.
Kill him. Kill him.
Angel's like Angel. Angel did the right thing because I was telling Marcus this. I said that Angel was stupid in part 1. He actually got smarter for part 2, but Kimmy got stupid for part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to have somebody with their head on straight. So Angel, I gotta admit, Angel got better for me for part 2.
I guess.
I mean, he got better. I didn't say he got,
He got more responsible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Angel taking up more responsibility on this one. On this, because in the first half he was more like, I'm just trying to get that money. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of reckless, more kind of reckless.
He was the one that came up with the idea of steal horses watch.
Right.
Which was stupid.
And so in this season, he's more like, don't shoot that guy in the face. Don't don't go there by yourself. We shouldn't go to that hotel by ourselves. Like shit like that. Like he's trying to be more responsible, and he drove Horace back to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like he's making up a little bit.
I guess
He tried to protect the little sister at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying.
Yeah,
but he just weak. Though.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I can see the effort that he's trying to do.
Right.
So, but we get to we're almost on the last.
He could have beat up that guy who was beating him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't beat up. Right, he could have beat that dude up.
The muscles are just there for decoration.
For that and for Roy and Angel, they're both bitches in different ways.
Yeah. So is Charles.
Let's talk about Charles'
storyline. Talk about Charles.
All right, so Charles' storyline. All right, here we go. Here's Charles' storyline. He likes man butt. Well, that's it.
Charles,
he's gay.
I don't understand why. Why is he in the show? I don't understand why Varney likes him so much.
Right. Why is he so fascinated with this guy? Like Varney could do so much better than Charles.
I know. That was stupid.
He's so in love with him, but Charles does not care anything about him. Just constantly sleeping with random people. You know,
random
like,
on purpose.
Will you come, Charles? Will you come home? Whatever. I'll be back when I feel like it.
When I get finished fucking somebody.
That's pretty much it. Okay.
Hey, what you doing tonight? Going to fuck somebody.
Well, come home, please.
like he's the lonely wife or something.
That's exactly what it is. That's what he acting like.
Right.
So that's Charles' story. Charles and Varney.
That's literally Charles' story.
Yeah,
that's it. And then Mallory, we didn't really talk about her at all.
Mallory didn't do much.
Mallory, she was real tame.
She was looking.
Other than
she was looking for
Roy.
she was looking for Roy's infidelity. She was a little mad.
Well, she wasn't even really. She wasn't even really fucking with old Calvin that much this season. This time.
He tried too. He tried. He's like, yeah, and she's like, I don't got no time for you right now. Got some other shit going on. Because he's all like trying to seduce her and stuff. Yeah, so I'm like, get the fuck out here.
And then they tried to like semi-tease something with that side story with the other little chick.
The assistant.
The assistant, like that ain't no.
I didn't care.
Nobody's interested in that.
I know.
Really.
I really didn't.
I like anytime her scenes come up, I'm like, man, I don't care.
I was chick, on my phone whenever her scenes came up. To be honest,
right. Like, I don't care, man.
Well, other than Roy being kicked out of a window, what was his storyline before that?
Being a bitch, man.
Yeah, no.
being a coke addict and a bitch.
That's it.
And that's literally it.
And then what's his name? The other brother, Norman. Did he just give up his vendetta?
Yeah, after he kills Debo.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all. That's his story.
That appeased his stuff. So now we get to the last episode, which
but one thing we have to reveal: Jules has a family.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
that does not know anything about him. That he's a dirty ass
family. Normal. That is the most normal people in the whole show.
Jules is such an asshole, such a terrible person that if they had kidnapped his family and it was like, we're going to kill your family, I'd be like, good. That's how much I don't like Jules.
Yeah.
I know they are innocent.
Wait a minute. So the chick from The House Guest is on here?
Hold up.
Dakia Anderson?
Well, some of these people are in Tubi movies because Marcus pointed out to me that the guy that plays Jules was in that movie Still Here. And I didn't realize. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, I just watched that movie a few months back, but still. He was the main guy.
Yep. Yeah, The House Guest. Yeah, she played Mona. 2020, wow. The House Guest.
Wow. I wonder who she played. Was she a stripper or somebody? Or man, I don't know what she is.
Now I want to go back and see if I can find her.
So, yeah. If Leslie, the character that played Leslie, Dakia, if you're listening, please tell us who you played. Tell us.
Yeah. Okay. Climax of this, not climax. Last episode, we're gonna talk about it. Or are we ready to talk about our favorite stuff? Because it ends on a cliffhanger.
Well, we did touch on a little bit of it, but yeah, we didn't mention at all that. All right, so Horace is in. Well, the episode's easy to talk about because there's the same dialogue between 6 characters. They keep repeating the same dialogue, and the dialogue goes this: Horace is in the hospital.
What is Horace doing?
Why is he in the hospital? I don't know. He wants us all to meet together. For what? I don't know. Then what is it about? I don't know. It must be about the inherents, probably, but he's in the hospital. Well, we got to find. And then the other conversation is, I got to find Kimmy. We got to find Kimmy, to the point where they feel like a group of Batman villains. You have Jules, Roy, and Mallory all in the same room. Talking about how
the cameras all tilted Batman style.
Talk about we got to get Kimmy. We got to talk about Kimmy.
We're gonna find Roy.
Kimmy is so funny.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
Right. We have to find Kimmy.
Of course you have a figure. Of course you do.
Shut up. Of course I have.
Within reach.
He always has.
He didn't even have to move.
No. Name a figure and I'll pull it out.
That's Josh's superpower.
Yep, my superpower.
He pulls fingers out his ass.
And then she's Batman.
Oh, man.
Well, maybe Kimmy's Captain America.
Okay.
Stop it. Just stop it.
It's my superpower.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Man. So at the last episode, Horace says, I want to help you, Kimmy. I want to marry you so that I can give you so that when I die, you have you'll be able to take over my shares for the inheritance and you'll own more and they won't be able to kill you. This is a way to save your life. And so she's like, but why?
We don't have to go through the dialogue with this one. We can sum it up much quicker than they could.
Yeah, we can. So she was going back and forth, didn't agree with it. I was frustrated. I was like, girl, just marry the dude. Like, calm down. Like, what you got to lose?
Yeah, because he says it's not sexual.
Yeah. He wasn't even attracted to her.
I think he was a little attracted to her because he did request her on the first episode.
Maybe so. But anyway.
A little bit.
So,
but still, yeah. But he respects her. He respects her, and he ain't trying to hit that or nothing like that. So he just wants her to be, inherit the money. I guess.
Like, take your win.
He basically hates his family so much that he would rather give it all to her than his family.
Right.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's basically what it is.
That's wild.
Which, to my point earlier, makes him very despicable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
he hates his entire family so much that he said, I know
I'd
y'all,
rather give this to the stripper.
I'd rather give this to this random chick than to give it to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about something that happened in real life when I saw this happen. So if y'all remember, this happened a long time ago with Anna Nicole Smith. You remember who Anna Nicole Smith is?
Mm-hmm.
she was a stripper at first. That's how she started. She was a stripper, and she ended up marrying this rich old man. And then that's how she got rich. He died and she got the money, but he had kids. Yes, he had kids, and they didn't get his inheritance. She did. That's how she became rich.
Wow. I don't think I knew that. I thought she was like a porn star or something.
No, I don't think she was a porn star. I think she was a stripper. Maybe she could have did porn. I don't know, but she was. She had a reality show after that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's. But I think because she was one of the first people to be famous for not doing nothing. I think because I don't think she did anything to be famous. She was just on the news a lot.
Somebody.
Yeah.
She had got addicted to some opioids or something.
Yeah, of course.
At some point.
But I think that's the story.
You think that's what was going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, she married an 89-year-old billionaire in 1994. And then he died in 1995.
She married him in December 94. He died in January 95. That's what old he was.
That's crazy.
Wait, is that really what happened?
That's I don't know the dates, but that's definitely.
But yeah, he really did die like not that long after.
A year later, yeah.
Yeah, after they got married. Because I remember Jay Leno talking about that. Because when I watched the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, he was always making jokes about that. That's how I learned about Anna Nicole Smith in the first place.
While performing at a Houston strip club in October 1991, Smith met an 86-year-old tycoon. And on June 27, 1994, Smith and Marshall married in Houston. And then August 4th,
that's a sweet deal.
And he died. So it was like a year and a month.
Wow.
That's a sweet deal. That's damn.
It's like she obviously married him for his money. Like, what you
way to go, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like
his kids were pissed. I heard his kids were pissed.
But it's kind of like the same way that you root for. I wasn't necessarily rooting for Kimmy, but I was more so that I was rooting against the family of assholes.
Yeah, it's like which one is better?
Because because he was like, we get married. I'm like, go ahead, sign it. I was like, sign it. And then she kept thinking about it like, well, do I want to be rich or keep struggling?
Well,
and then she just took her so hard.
I understood why it took her a while because she knows these people are trying to kill her.
Right.
She knows this. And it's like,
but with that kind of money, she could make herself disappear.
She mentions to Horace, and I agreed with her more than Horace. This is just going to put a target on my back even more. But one thing we did not mention at all was that they are not allowed to kill each other or hurt each other or anything like that, or their part of the inheritance is gone.
But now that she got the whole thing though, right?
She got a part of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have the whole thing.
She got the whole thing. That's out.
So they all still have. So if they try to kill her, their part is gone.
Right.
If she looked like she died in a bad way
at their hands.
So that's the way of like.
So that explains why Mallory had to get Roy up because it looked
so if he
that looked bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's why she saved him, even though she can't stand his ass.
Yeah, and that's how it ended. She was married. And she's now
the look on all their faces too.
Yep, it's like,
that was priceless. I was like,
the show is still alive.
Yeah,
Horse show in here.
The show could literally end right there.
I think it was interesting. It was like, whoops.
Now they were all ready to get her ass.
Yeah, it's like now what.
But Jason, you've made a good point though. That's a good ending, but that wasn't the climax of the season. Yeah, because the season kind of went like this, you know what I'm saying? And
this is the third. This is the third show that we talked about where the next to the last episode was the biggest episode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like Invincible did that shit.
Yeah,
And
Invincible.
who else?
And Spider-Man did that because we were talking about with Spider-Man. Like the next to the last episode was the big episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird that these shows are doing that.
Did X-Men 97 do that?
They had
their biggest episode was in the middle.
They had a mid-season one.
Yeah, they had.
Yeah. Now, what I think is, what y'all think is going to happen next? Because I think that, so like Olivia and Norman didn't even know who Kimmy was until this last episode.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Now I think they will be the most dangerous towards her.
She's a target.
But, yeah, she's a complete target where before, you had Jules, Roy, and Mallory after her. Now she shouldn't worry about them. They're not a danger to her anymore. But now I think Norman and Olivia are. And they are more dangerous than Roy and Mallory. I mean, not Jules. Jules is still dangerous. Jules is very dangerous, but Roy and Mallory, they're nothing. I like in our other podcast, we talked the early episodes. We talked about Mallory being the meanest or one of the worst ones. After this season, I was like, well, the only thing Mallory really did was run over somebody, and it was an accident. She didn't really do anything else after that. I mean, she's still mean, but I don't think she's the worst.
Olivia is the worst.
I think it's okay. Maybe you might. I don't know.
After
Olivia.
this conversation, Olivia. Earlier, Josh, in some of our conversations, you were saying Jules because he's kind of like the center of everything,
and he's a snake.
He's a snake.
He goes whatever.
He's lying to everybody.
He's a dog riding scoundrel. Is what
he got his own secret family. So yeah, he's definitely like manipulating everything.
He's literally lying to everybody and doing his own thing. That's what he's doing. But Olivia, you're right. Olivia might be the most dangerous.
Yep. So
then Norman, I would say Norman might be second. But either way, they would be a bigger danger for Kimmy now. Now that she's part of the family.
Yeah.
Oh, and Angel got arrested by the cops
because he went out to the car to find the person that was in the back seat. And I'm like, why did you go there? Like, you could have just called an anonymous tip.
Maybe he was going to do that. I don't know what he was going to do.
No, he shouldn't have showed himself.
No,
there.
First of all, those cops were stupid. We was waiting to see who was going to come to this body, even though the body was stinking.
The body was there.
Right, and they're just waiting. Like somebody's going to come back to it. What if someone never came back? What would they have done?
That was stupid. Was the body dead? Was he dead at that point?
Yeah, because they smelled bad. They said we were waiting to find out who left his body here. Because they didn't know. So that was, they're at a hospital.
Didn't they just do fingerprints on the car?
They could have done a lot. That was just stupid. Those guys were stupid. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Staked out. They got cameras they can set up. Anyway.
It's just stupid.
So,
that's all it was.
So we're doing favorite characters?
Oh, man. So my favorite character with love in my heart that I just hope they have the best life ever. Man, please.
I guess it's like you mentioned, like which one can you root for? You can't really root for nobody. So what would you do?
I'll put it this way:
worst character.
Yeah, worst. This is how I'm going to phrase it for me. Angel kept me at the edge of my seat because I worried about him because I was like, "Oh, how's he going to get out of this?" Because he was like in the most hot water for me. So but I was kind of prepared for Angel to die. But I didn't really want Angel to die. I was like, I kind of don't want Angel to die. That's how I felt about that.
I got you.
But person I like to watch. Oh man, I would say that someone I like to watch, or maybe I should say worst character. I mean, I said most evil is Olivia. Olivia's probably most evil right now. But I would say, man, I don't know. I kind of like what Horace did. I think Horace might be closest to favorite character. Yeah, because I like the things that he did in part 2.
He was absolute. Other than the whole torturing Rain part, he was pretty. Other than that part, which I think they could have actually left out, it actually had nothing. They didn't change Like
it'll let you know that he's still an asshole.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's not
he did
good.
the same thing with his son, which I think it made it more like that. That's more.
It was a little more understanding with his son. Because,
but I'm saying you still see like he's a jerk, but he's like beating folks up. I feel like Rain didn't do them like she was just innocent. They're just because she didn't do anything other than just lay there and not snitch. But as far as the most interesting, man, I'm gonna give it up to Debo, man. Debo,
whatever. Oh, real quick, I wanted to mention about Varney. I was okay with Varney until that last episode when he was all trying to get Kimmy
when he
to come to the lobby.
Yeah,
he was like, "Come to the lobby, just come to the lobby,
just come to the lobby, just come to the lobby, come to the
lobby." I was like, "Fuck this nigga."
Yeah, I agree. That was bitch, man.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have a favorite character, man.
I definitely don't have a favorite character. I do not have a favorite character.
They're not, none of them are good people.
Who did you like watching?
I mean, Horace was definitely interesting. Every scene he was in I was interested. And I liked watching Olivia because she was crazy. I was like, okay, she's evil.
I gotta admit, I do want to see more of Olivia next season of her doing some crazy shit.
I enjoyed how crazy can she be?
She was scary.
Yeah. So that's that's interesting to me. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that extremity.
I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed that Jules won't be able to do as much in the next season. He's kind of defeated now.
I mean, it might find a way.
I did like watching Jules because Jules did feel like the big boss kind of thing.
Jules didn't feel like a big boss to me, and I'm not sure who did because everybody felt so despicable to me.
Right.
Well, they did, but Jules was like the main antagonist to Kimmy. It was like Kimmy versus Jules. Like she could take on anybody except for Jules. That's why I kind of like that. But in the fact that it was revealed that Jules has a family, it's like, ooh, this is they might get threatened or something.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because Horace mentioned that to Kimmy too. He's like, I got Jules under my thumb because he got a family in the suburbs and he doesn't want them to know how he really is. And I'm like, ooh, let's see that play out next season.
So what's your ratings?
I'm gonna give this one a high replay for me.
Yeah,
I had fun with it.
It's not quite a sequel.
Yeah,
but
it was stupid, but I enjoyed the stupidity of it. I enjoyed Kimmy randomly raging out and killing people and having superpowers. I was like, this makes it interesting. It's kind of, I know it's stupid.
Having superpowers.
I mean, she did. It's completely different from part one, but I'm like, I'm liking this. I'm enjoying this for real.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give it a high replay because I'm probably gonna watch it again.
Yeah, same. Not sequel, but I will watch the second sequel, the season 2 when it comes out, because it has been renewed for another season, right?
Of course it has. They already filming it.
They're already filming it. I'm ready for it. So,
all right. Well, let's tell the people where to follow you guys at. Starting with you, Marcus.
You can follow me at 730 on all the social media platforms, as spelled with the number 7, and on all the music streaming platforms. Be on the lookout. It's a storm coming tomorrow if you live in the Mississippi area.
Well, by the time this episode airs, it's already happened.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's still gonna be storming.
Yes, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still gonna be.
Never mind then.
April showers bring May flowers. So.
Jason?
Smiley Jason _ you can check me out.
And you can find me as Prop Josh. On Instagram, it's PropJosh _ productions. Apparently, I got a lot of followers. Every time I post, I'm gonna have auditions. Then suddenly, everybody sees my fucking profile. So,
oh goodness, you're famous, man.
Only when I post auditions. When I'm not, when I'm just posting my videos, crickets. I'm also on YouTube and TikTok as PropJosh.
Robert Josh.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Where's my sister?
What happened to my wife?
Good night.